It is the morning of the Xbox conference. It's going to be starting probably any minute now. I'm recording this the night before, and I wanted to just go over what we know about the conference and everybody who's been sort of like talking about it or potentially has some idea of what might be presented, and then we can look at that again maybe for the next video and see what actually came to pass. Let's dive right in. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell if you like my content. I do greatly appreciate it, and I hope we can get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So, the first thing that we found out very recently was Aaron Greenberg finally confirmed that runtime, and that runtime is going to be 95 minutes long. Now, after the, what was it? Summer Game Fest conference, which a lot of people felt was sort of, it was like fine, right? But it wasn't amazing or anything like that. People are really excited about what Xbox might be bringing to the table. Now, the Xbox stream, as you can see, Aaron Greenberg was quote tweeting here. It's going to be on the 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific. And then here are all the other times, but this is the one that's important to me. It means I have a call time of 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to be on the IGN show doing the Unlocked pre and post shows, so be sure you check that out. I'm excited to talk with the crew about what we think. Now, this evening, Windows Central pointed out that Diablo 4 beta signups have gone live ahead of the showcase, which means maybe that something around Diablo 4 could be revealed on the Xbox stage. As you know, Xbox is currently in the progress of acquiring Activision, and that would include Diablo 4. So if any of that were to be happening tomorrow, it would make sense that they flip the switch on the Diablo 4 beta sign up if that is a key presentation during the showcase. Now, Diablo Immortal is currently out, and it's very controversial due to the heavy microtransactions in the game. So Diablo 4 actually showing some gameplay might be a smart move on their part to sort of detract from the negative consensus around Immortal, though we should keep pressing them to make Diablo Immortal feel less predatory in terms of microtransactions. Continuing on, though, there was a LinkedIn post that led some people to believe that Machine Games could be having a presence there. And over on LinkedIn, it basically said, "We are so excited for Sunday's showcase. Hope you all are ready for it." And that is from Machine Games, Machine Games, creator of Wolfenstein. That was actually a few days ago. And they're apparently hiring to work on, Indiana Jones, duh. And well, oh, I made a mistake. They're working on Indiana Jones. It's Wolfenstein, right? Anyway, a lot of people are hoping that's Wolfenstein. Just you can trap me in the comments for not knowing who makes what over there. There's talks about id making Quake, things like that. I'm just going to move on to the next one because I'm embarrassing myself right now. This one was sort of a rumor, but Xbox is planning a Banjo-Kazooie Revival, developer claims. Let me just say, if Banjo-Kazooie is a big reveal, I've never cared about Banjo-Kazooie, ever. So like when he was revealed in Smash and all that, a lot of my friends love Banjo-Kazooie. I get if you're a viewer and you like it, I'm very excited for you, but for me, it does nothing. But let's talk about the story, okay? So there could be a Banjo-Kazooie Revival that a developer is claiming, and basically they're saying Banjo will be at this show and it will be announced, said MVG. I've spoken to a lot of people, and I'm not an insider, I'm a developer, but sometimes I hear things, and I was at GDC earlier this year, and there were some people talking about Banjo. I've heard that Banjo's coming up for months now from different people. Something's happening with Banjo. What I can't tell you is what that is, Modern Vintage Gamer conceded, admitting that he's unsure if it's just a new title or a collection of old games. I feel pretty strongly that there will be a Banjo announcement at this show because, man, I just keep hearing about Banjo. So he said Banjo as many times as he possibly could. But MVG has been great. He talks about gaming all the time. And I'm very happy for you if you care about Banjo-Kazooie, because I'm sure that is very exciting news. I got to move to the center of the shot. But for me, I'm just sort of like, eh. Also, just a note, I forgot to fix my hair because my son messed it all up today. But whatever. this one also came out a few days ago. So Xbox is planning to offer 5 more new exclusives in the next fiscal year, which is from July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. Now, off the top of my head, we know that Starfield is moving to, we believe, Q1 2022. I have to imagine Redfall is going to be hot on the heels of Starfield. And if we scroll down here, they confirm as such. Again, Jez Corden brings up Avowed from the Pillars of Eternity team. They bring up Forza Motorsport 8, which I believe they've had an alpha and such, so that could be a possibility. Project Belfry from Stoic, which was leaked by them, and Obsidian's Pentiment, which a lot of people have discussed. So the rumor is basically, in a statement to press, Microsoft described its intent to meet or exceed the number of games it launched in its financial year 2022, which included Age of Empires 4, Flight Simulator, Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite, and Forza Horizon 5. Last fiscal year, we launched 5 new games across console, PC, and cloud. We are on track to meet or exceed that amount in the next fiscal, which would mean that would start in, it would start in July, and it would go until July of the following year. So that's actually very exciting. It does mean that we are going to get content over the next few months. And where did I get that Starfield news? So Hazador Gaming tweeted that there was this photo that said Starfield expected early 2023. So that's why a lot of people are speculating that this would be coming that early. Usually the top response is one if this has been refuted, but it does look like early 2023 does seem to be the date that they are putting their name behind. Now we get into the leaks a little bit. So Idle Sloth is just like really on his game with Xbox news. So he has been just a great resource to for the stuff that I miss once in a while. But kudos Idle Sloth for just being on top of things. But he said basically the Minecraft-style RTS leaked by Jeff Gertzman in his new podcast. Jez says, suspect this could be codename Badger in development in partnership with Blackbird Interactive. There's a good chance we see it revealed at one of the big shows in the coming days. So a Minecraft real-time strategy game. Very excited to see more about that. I don't know. I'm interested to see them do different things with Minecraft. And an RTS? Sure, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it goes, see if we are into it. Of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention the massive Hideo Kojima horror game currently dubbed Overdose. I talked about this in a story a few days ago, but basically all we know is that this is a game, Kojima Productions, and Kojima himself actually asked Tom to remove the article, and Tom said no. And this was also reported on by Stephen Totillo, who commented about the story. So it does seem like Overdose seems real. Like if Kojima says, hey, we want you to take that down, it feels like something is going to be coming. And I thought it would have been at the PlayStation Showcase, or at Jeff Keighley's event, sorry, but there was nothing. So Overdose is likely the Xbox game that has been rumored forever from Kojima, and a lot of people are excited about that. Time will tell if this one turns out to be true or if it's just a bust. Now, let's talk about this one really quick. Jez Corden talked about Project Keystone, Microsoft's in-development streaming console. Don't call it a stick. And I talked about how I actually don't like the design of like a smaller Xbox Series X. How big would the fan be in there? The fan's like taking up the whole thing. They've made it like much bigger than necessary, and that design was actually based off of what they were told. So I'm curious, after seeing the demo for the latency of Xbox cloud gaming on Samsung Smart TV, I highly encourage you to go watch this video. I actually, for IGN, I got to go see the cloud streaming on a Samsung Smart TV, and I got to play a bunch of Halo Infinite, and you saw there where I pulled the trigger in the video. It was really, really impressive, and I didn't know that they were there, first of all, so I wasn't able to schedule anything. I just kind of went up. One of the people there actually recognized me from Unlocked, And I was like, yeah, like I really want to see it. So I finally got in, I got to film it. And there was actually a second interview that I have yet to publish on IGN where I did ask them about PlayStation. And I don't remember the exact response. You'll have to keep an eye on IGN for that. I have to find the video file. But the station was like, the station was like right over here with another gentleman, and they were actually showing off the interface. And I asked him about PlayStation because you could use Xbox controllers, you could use PS4 controllers, whatever you want to play the Xbox games. And I'm like, well, you know, PlayStation has PlayStation Plus. Are you considering anything about that? And I believe I got one of those non-answers where it's my job to ask it. It gives them the opportunity to talk about it, but I think I got a non-answer if I remember correctly. But let's wait for the official quote over on IGN when I can pull up the video file and get that live. It I really wish I had the file or I had the video thing up because I could talk more about it, but I don't want to misquote anybody. So keep an eye out for that because he said something and it felt like he wanted to say more, which was just imagine that like the future of gaming is this, because I was honestly, this was tremendously impressive. And if we've reached the point with at least, you know, the internet here in the United States and Canada, anywhere that has a decent internet connection, are able to offer you experiences like this just baked into your 2022 Samsung television for whatever game publisher that you appreciate the most, I think that's kind of cool. It's really going to expand availability for these games across the world, and that's why it's so exciting for me. And honestly, I don't care if it's Xbox or it's PlayStation or whoever. It's just cool that this technology has been pushed so far forward, even from the Google Stadia days. Now, sorry, I should have just made a whole video about this. Google Stadia was already quite impressive, and then PlayStation Now has been working on it for a while. The last time I played it, I had a really bad experience playing Infamous, and then I had a pretty solid experience playing Infamous. So it just seems like it's not quite where it needs to be yet, but you can have good experiences playing on PlayStation Plus. Google Stadia, I played Destiny a few times in my browser with keyboard and mouse, and I really, really felt the latency. I've used NVIDIA Shield. NVIDIA Shield was probably the furthest along when I played it in Germany on like unstable internet, and that was good. But anyway, very, very excited about this Samsung technology and what it could mean for the future of the industry. Back to the Xbox leaks and rumors. There was the GoldenEye 007 achievements viewable on the Xbox website. I think that's all but confirmed. I think we see a whole IO Interactive segment on the show where they talk about the GoldenEye 007 remake and their Project 007 thing that they teased like a year ago. You can actually go to IO and see that right now. Separately, there was the Microsoft trademark for Contraband I talked about a few days ago. So I think we do see Contraband and maybe even something where that's coming out sooner than we realized. We haven't heard much about it. We don't know much about what's going on. I believe that's the Just Cause team, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. So that could be exciting. And there is a new Just Cause game in the works that we know about. This is the Obsidian team. Josh Sawyer works on the Obsidian team. He painted the Painted Nails tweet, which means it seems like they are going to reveal something at the event. So he works over Obsidian. Obsidian is working on Avowed and the Pentiment rumored project. So there is that. Maybe we get to see both. That would definitely be ideal. And when we were talking about at work the other day, that I just want to remind everybody, could Ubisoft show up? Oh my goodness. If Splinter Cell ended up showing up on the stage, I would be so stoked, because back December 15th, 2021, it's been about 6 months, right? Are they ready to show remake of their gameplay? They've probably been watching what EA has been doing with the Dead Space remake and how much hype is just surrounded by that game. Maybe they're ready to show off their Splinter Cell remake and talk about what they are doing with the Splinter Cell franchise on the Xbox stage. Or maybe Ubisoft has something else like the Avatar game that they're going to show off instead, or the Star Wars game, or Team Massive, the game that team is working on. But anyway, they announced the remake. They didn't really show anything. I think it's just the goggles, but that is exciting. I'm very excited about tomorrow. I hope you are too. I just wanted to shoot a real quick video. I have got to get a lot of things squared away before tomorrow, but thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I hope you're as excited as I am. I think I'm going to put this one up like a little earlier tomorrow, just so that people can watch it and get excited about all the things that could happen. And then we'll revisit it and see, well, how much of this actually came to be truthful. Also, thank you so much to the members. I really, really appreciate you supporting me in what I do here on this channel. It means a lot. If you would like to become a member, you can always click that join button right down there and say, hey, Destin, I want to support you. And the thing I try and do for members, unless I'm in a hotel room, apologies for that, is I try and upload the video twice. One without ads for members who support me at any level, and then the regular one with you know, ads are turned on it. People always complain about the ads on the video, and it's just like, well, then get YouTube Premium or something. Like if you hate them, there's many ways to turn those off, but that's literally the only way that I'm compensated for making these. So yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna get out of here. I really like all of you watching, except that one guy. Yeah, he needs to clean up his act. Just kidding. Have a great evening, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.